Okay, welcome back to the update. Once again, we're talking to the candidates for the junior class president, Ben Bell and Sean Saunders. Sean had the role last time, so we'll start again with Ben, and I'm going to ask Ben, what issues would be the most important to you as president?
Well, obviously, all the issues are important, but specifically the issues that I would want to tackle would be, well, the first question I would ask the administration is, why is it that we've gotten to this point? Why is it that the student body no longer has a voice? Because I hear the president say every now and then that the students are the most important part of Berry College. Without the students, this college doesn't exist. And yet you have an authoritarian administration who doesn't actually seek the students' opinions. I would ask him, why is there a disconnect? And the first thing that I would do as president is try to destroy that disconnect. If I need to talk directly to the president and not go to the administrators, I'll do that. But when it comes down to it, the students have no voice, and it's time for that to change. And if the president's going to say that he wants us to have a voice and that he wants us to be able to be a part of the decision-making process here at Berry, then they need to take that seriously. And that needs to start today.
All right. Sean, what issues are most important?
Well, I think personally, all the issues, they really vary because different things happen at different times. One of the most important ones that I see is that Berry is always being improved. There's always something you can do some way or another to improve Berry. Last year, myself and the other officers, we started thinking, like, what would the students want? What way can we improve Berry? And of course, with the campus and the weather, we started a hammocks program, which has been a great success so far. This year, we've been working on Mr. Berry and Formal, which is, definitely very time-consuming for anyone who's been involved in that. But just as a response to what Ben said, any administration, anyone who knows them well enough will definitely listen. Anyone who's had a problem, if you ever seen them come up with a detailed plan on how to solve it, then I'd like to know that person, because anyone who's come up with that kind of thing has been heard. But that's just my issue. Make sure that something's always happening, something that Berry's being improved, and that in some way I can facilitate that role in making sure that happens.
Okay, Sean, I'm going to ask you one last question, and Ben will have a chance to respond to it too.
Go for it.
How do you think, as a class officer, you ought to connect with faculty? And do you think it's important to have any kind of relationship as an officer with the faculty?
Absolutely, and what I was saying before is, being that liaison between the students' interests and what Berry does, I think that's very important. I mean, faculty are people too. They have lives, and
Some are.
I'll stay clear of that. They eat, they breathe, they're people, and I think that's really important. The more you get to know the faculty, the better relations you normally would have with them, and in the same sense, and in a large environment where getting things done is important, having a good relationship accelerates getting whatever you're looking to get done. Let that happen.
Okay. Ben?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, the question is, how do you think, as a class officer and the president, the top officer, should be connected to the faculty? Do you think communication between students and faculty at that level is important?
I think it's imperative. I make it a point every day to talk to Dr. Lawler for at least an hour every day and talk to him about the issues that are going on at Berry. And I feel like the faculty is one of the most intelligent voices here on Berry. I think they've got the most important things to say. And I personally don't think the administrators take their voice into consideration at all either. I think as class president, I would be able to work with the faculty to both get my goals and their goals accomplished. I think the faculty and the students should be working together against this authoritarian administration to get real answers to questions that I don't think they're even asking us.
Okay. I'm going to give each of you a chance, take a minute or so. Any final thoughts? Any last things you would want to say to those who would be voting for you, hopefully?
Well, I think anyone who knows me knows that I will do whatever it takes to stand up for the student body. I've said questionable things before because I thought that's what needed to be said, and I'm willing to do it again. With my experience and my knowledge of how SGA works, as well as the Constitution, procedures, I'm going to continue doing that. I enjoy improving Berry. I enjoy being a part of Berry, And, only if you're convinced I would ask for your vote. If not, definitely take a look at Ben or the other candidate.
Okay, Ben.
Well, the reason that I'm running and the reason I didn't run 3 years ago is because I've been able to experience Berry College firsthand. And I can tell you that
PR.
I'm not impressed with what I see. I think the entire system needs to be redone, and I think that the way that I want to do it will change the system for the future generations. I don't want this just to be for me. I don't think that my actions are going to fix the problem by any means. I think this needs to be a long-scale type of project, and that's what I hope to get started. I hope that the voice of the students, by the time I'm done, by the time I graduate, has increased considerably than what it is today, because today it's abominable. We have no voice, and it makes me sad. That's the only reason I'm running. I have much more better things I can be doing with my time. I'm doing this because we need a voice, and this college will be better off if we have a voice.
Very good. I'd like to thank Ben and Sean for participating in this debate. And I would also like to thank all of you who are listening for your time in watching the debate. On behalf of Viking Fusion News, good night.